never tried to ruin my career, but karma hit back hard. I have been in a private relationship with my coworker Chris for 3 years. We kept it quiet to avoid office drama, but things changed when Jess joined our team. She was obsessed with prying into people's personal lives, constantly making comments like, "I wonder if there are any secret office couples." At first, it was just annoying, but then Jess escalated. She went to HR and falsely accused me of using my relationship with Chris to get ahead. We had to sit through an investigation, but we were cleared. Still, the damage was done. People started treating me differently, and the office felt colder. I thought that was the end of it. I was wrong. A few weeks later, I noticed Jess getting close to our boss, Matt. She started going on private business lunches with him and suddenly had access to things she shouldn't. Then, out of nowhere, I was called into HR again. Another anonymous complaint claiming I was creating a hostile work environment. I knew Jess was behind it, so I started documenting everything. When HR confronted me, I almost exposed Jess's relationship with Matt, but I decided to stay quiet. I figured she'd slip up on her own. And she did. One night, our team went to a restaurant after work. Coincidentally, Matt's wife was there. As she walked by, she overheard Jess joking about how Matt was wrapped around her finger and how she was getting whatever she wanted at work. That got his wife's attention. The next morning, I pulled Jess aside and warned her that Matt's wife had overheard everything. I wasn't even trying to be petty. I genuinely didn't want things to explode. But Jess just smirked and said, "Please, she's too dumb to figure anything out." I shrugged and walked away. I tried. Well, Matt's wife wasn't dumb. She started digging, and a few days later, she stormed into our office, furious. She went straight to Jess's desk, threw a stack of printed out texts onto her lap. Yes, she had receipts. And then she swung on her. Jess barely had time to react before Matt's wife grabbed her by the hair and dragged her to the ground. Papers went flying, people screamed, and it got ugly fast. Jess fought back, clawing at her, and within seconds, chairs were knocked over, a monitor crashed, and security had to pull them apart. The cops were called because Matt's wife wouldn't let up, screaming about how Jess was a homewrecker and that she deserved worse. HR stepped in and it was chaos. Employees were filming, people were panicking, and Matt looked like he wanted to disappear. In the end, Matt was fired for misconduct. Jess was escorted out for violating company policies. And his wife was removed but not arrested, since Jess refused to press charges. As for me, I kept my job. And the office finally had a real scandal to talk about. Am I the a-hole for staying quiet after Jess refused to listen?